Okay, so I wanted some nice looking mag wheels for a mountain bike project, which I'm doing, and I settled on these Bassano Grimecas. They are very heavy wheels, and I'll weigh them. This has got the freewheel on and a freewheel spacer, but the freewheel spacer is very light. So about 2,460 for the rear wheel, and for the front wheel, about 2,160. So very heavy, and as they were so heavy, I wondered if they weren't aluminium at all and maybe they were steel. I'd seen that people have been complaining about the weight in them. I've got a magnet here. The magnet doesn't stick to them, but it does stick to my 80s freewheel. So they're definitely alloy wheels, made around about 1990 to around about 2000. I'm not sure if it goes on longer than that. I'll put a link to one of the bike companies that had right up on them. So the issue I had was not with the front wheel. The issue I had was with the rear wheel and chain alignment, because I like single speed bikes, and this particular project I wanted to be single speed. Now if I thread this BMX freewheel straight on, it's so close to the hub. You can see the hub is so narrow. If I do that, there you go. That there was no way I could get a correct chain line with an ordinary crank on the mountain bike frame that I was trying to use it on. So I bought a spacer off eBay, which cost £24, I think it was, so quite expensive, but it's just an alloy freewheel extender. Now they're hard to find actually, because I guess not that many people are trying to extend the length of a threaded freewheel. There are some of these wheels made with cassette hubs, which are much easier to do chain alignment, but I have read that you've got to be wary that it's a unique locking nut, so you may need to make sure that they're intact if you get that. But I'm happy with mine. I like the fact that I've got an 80s BMX freewheel on there. It kind of fits with the project that I'm doing. The weird bit about them is where the freewheel attaches to the wheel. So you screw it on to the thread, and you can probably just about see her in the video. I'll try and zoom in on the video. But there's these little sort of raised metal parts, which obviously the freewheel or the spacer goes up against. The spacer went on tight and it was fine, but then when I started to pedal, what it was doing was shaving off the inside of this freewheel spacer, and it did that a few times, and I had little shards of alloy, but it appears to have stopped now, and I've been riding it for a couple of weeks and it's absolutely fine. The wheels spin so straight and true. It's really nice to ride. It's really solid feeling. I mean, it's a heavy bike. The gearing's 42/16, but I'm just going to stick with that because I'm not going to use it for lots of uphill riding or anything like that. But it's quite nice because I like to stand up and cycle, and with that heavier gearing, with a heavier bike, you do tend to find you get out of the saddle a lot more, so it's probably better for me as I'm getting older. These wheels I'm going to spray yellow, and I'll do that in a later video. Probably going to put it in the burner related videos that I'm doing, but I think what we're going to do is clean it all off, prime it, spray it, and then sand this down. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that, but I don't know how else I'm going to get a perfectly straight line on here. There's the tyre liners are very nice and clean on these. They look, it looks new really. I don't think these wheels have had a lot of use, but I really like them, and I would recommend them. Not for a lightweight mountain bike, but for a fun bike that you want to have it looking the way you want it to look. These could be a good one. The hubs in them have sealed bearings, and they look to me very similar in size to these scooter wheels. So I don't know what happens if these bearings go. I guess they would pop out like they do with scooters. I'm not going to try it yet, and I would research it before I actually do it. But because both wheels are running straight and true, and the bearings feel great, I'm going to leave them as they are. It's not going to be a bike that gets heavy use. Hopefully my new bike will be done in a couple of months, all sprayed up with these wheels on, and it'll be looking great. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe.